what's the expectations how people would spend the universal basic income? Was it like general necessity goods, or because a big part of it, right? Like any single time you talk about like we'll just give you cash, like they will go and spend this cash on something they don't need. Or on the opposite side was something with welfare and housing, like we give them a certain tax, a certain break for housing only, and they spend only housing. And this is like food coupons and food stamps, and they spend only in food. But when there's like, we'll give you cash, like what are they going to do with cash? Do we have any research behind that? Like what do people usually spend it on?
Well, look, some people spend their money foolishly. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that all people spend their money.
For sure.
And so we shouldn't even begin to make that assumption. What we know anecdotally from what we heard for people who are on basic income, that for a number of people, they were able to get better accommodations, and so that made them healthier. They were able to eat better food, and so they became more presentable. Some of them went back to school and got more education, more human capital. So most people did things that most of us would say, well, that's a logical thing to do with your money. Mm-hmm. Of course, there's going to be a few people who frittered away in unnecessary things, but that, we shouldn't assume that's even all likely for most people.
Yeah.
The pilot itself, we wanted to look at how much that money went to better housing, how much of that money went to better accommodations, how much that money went to supporting your kids and allowing them to be more successful in school.